down at 2 a.m. Nothing good happens at 2 a.m. I feel like a lot of sick shit goes down at 2 a.m. 2 a.m. is a turning point of having a really great time or having a really bad time. I guess it just depends on what you make. Who? I don't know if I can say that. But the weirdest late night text, I think it's like the things that I deal with as a DJ, like, you know, like if you're at a job, if you're at a gig and then the gig is over and you're already home, you got paid, and then someone who's at the club or works at the club is hitting you up. I think that's weird. That's like probably like the weirdest situation where it's like, you should not be hitting me up right now. Like, that's not okay. But that's probably like the weirdest. I think that's like the weirdest text I've gotten. Actually, probably not, but I don't even know if I can say the weirdest text I've gotten. Yeah. I DJ'd an event. They have like a really big homecoming, so it's like Morehouse and Spelman, which are historically black colleges out there. So it's like a huge weekend. They do like literally like a week of events out there. So I DJ'd, I think I DJ'd like Saturday, like a day party, and then Saturday night. So I was DJing all day. And it was just like all day. Like, I've never seen people just drunk from 9 a.m. to literally 3 a.m. Like, it was straight all day. I couldn't even hang. Like, by 11 p.m. I was like dying. But I think just the energy there, like, it's so many people come back, and people just really know how to turn up and get ratchet and have a good time and just vibe out. So I think that's always fulfilling for me as a DJ when I see people dancing, or even if, you know, they're not drunk or whatever, they're drunk or not drunk, like just seeing people have a good time, I think makes me feel like I can do my job. But it's never a good time when people aren't dancing. So, but sometimes it's not even the DJ, it could be a variety of things. It could be the venue, the environment, the setting. So yeah, I always appreciate when people just like go crazy. Yes, I was a little bit younger, but after 2 a.m. I got into this huge argument with one of my friends, and I tried to walk home from Hollywood to South Central, and luckily one of the promoters that was at the club at the time that got me into the club convinced me that it was a bad decision, as drunk as I was at the time, and offered to take me home. This was before Uber, so thank you, Sammy, appreciate you. Because who knows what could have happened. That's probably the craziest thing I've done after 2 a.m. You know what's funny is this happens to me all the time. For whatever reason, people that I don't talk to, people that I used to talk to and no longer talk to, ex-boyfriends, love to pull up at my gigs. Don't do that. It's one thing to like just like come and support, but it's another thing when like, you know, you're not like interacting with the person anymore, you're messing with the person, and they pop up at your gig. It's kind of like someone actually like pulling up to your job. It sounds crazy. So that happens to me a lot, unfortunately, but you know, I just try to deal with it the best way I can. I get a lot of pop-ups. Don't be a pop-up dude. It's not cute. Yes, it is extremely hard. I feel like unless you're super understanding, most people don't understand, I think, the life of a DJ. I think, especially if you're a woman, unfortunately, that's the way it goes. But I think that most guys like automatically assume that you're gonna be out like talking to people, or that like guys are gonna be trying to come up and talk to you, which does happen. But I think it's just really difficult to understand like that most of your jobs start at night and then you get home after 2 a.m. So that's a really difficult concept for a lot of men to understand. And then for whatever reason, I meet that like a lot of guys are actually intimidated by the fact that I'm a DJ. So I don't know if it has to do with the fact that I'm constantly interacting with women and men all the time, but that's happened to me before where people just couldn't handle it. So it is difficult. I think it's definitely character building. I think you go through a lot of tests that you wouldn't go through if you were a man. So you definitely have to have tough skin. I think you have to know how to maneuver different situations, whether that's like actually when you're DJing and you're performing or just handling your business, like running your business. I think most people get the perception that if you are like super serious and intense when it comes down to the business side, that you can be labeled as like aggressive or mean or whatever. But I think it's just always best to carry yourself that way so that people don't take advantage of you. My favorite part of being a female DJ, honestly, is like walking in and people assuming that you're like the bottle girl, and then you set up behind the DJ booth and they look at you like, oh shit. Like that's always my favorite part of that. It's like, I'm about to kill this shit. So what do you have to say now? That's my favorite.